What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going over some competitive Pokemon. So, long story short, for those that do not know, I recently entered my first ever Pokemon tournament. It was really fun. I had a great experience. I've been playing competitive Pokemon for about 10 months now. Um, and I've really enjoyed it. So being able to step out and play with others that have been taking it seriously and been improving and mastering their craft was a great time. I unfortunately made it to the quarterfinals, which was a huge step for me. I went in with very low expectations. I I was my only goal was to not get 2-0'd in the first round. It was a single elimination tournament. So my only goal was to not lose 2-0 in the first round and to end up making it to the quarterfinals in the top 8 out of I think a 68 man tournament was really fun. So the format for the tournament was VGC 21. For those that do not know and are unfamiliar with competitive Pokemon, VGC is the Video Game Championships. It is the official format used by the Pokemon Company in all of their official tournaments. So long story short, to clarify a little bit more, VGC is the doubles format where you have a team of 6, like right here. I have my 6 Pokemon, and you bring 4 of them to each match. So we go with best 2 out of 3. So the first person wins 2 games, moves on to the next round. I really enjoyed it. Crafting this team was a lot of fun. Having to, again, build a little bit of research and find out what worked, what didn't work was a big challenge. But I figured today we can go ahead and do a little bit of a team report, and I could explain how my thought process went when building the team, as well as how it did and how it functioned. Long story short, the base of the team, the start, was I had this idea with Tyranitar and Dracovish. So for those that do not know, with the Crown Tundra DLC, we got access to the ability patches, which finally let us use the hidden ability for Dracovish, Sand Rush. Sand Rush is really awesome because it doubles Dracovish's speed when Sandstorm's up, making Tyranitar, who naturally sets Sandstorm, a fantastic partner. In the beginning of the meta, when Sword and Shield first came out, Dracovish kind of went crazy with the combination of Strong Jaw plus Fisher's Rend. It's it's pretty brain dead, honestly. You click one move and then bam, it's over. The spread for Dracovish is very simple. Just max attack, max speed. I want to be able to outspeed every single thing that's possible inside Sandstorm. And with Choice Band boosting my attack by 50%, I was pretty much one-shotting everything. Fish's Rend also has the extra ability to double its attack when it moves before the target, so that's why speed and priority is really powerful. Paired up with Dracovish, like I mentioned earlier, was Tyranitar. Tyranitar being the perfect complement, being able to set Sandstorm on his own, as well as if it was ever overwritten. I had the opportunity to Dynamax. This is my main Dynamax target with max Rockfall in order to reset the Sandstorm. So Tyranitar, we ran a simple weakness policy thing. The moveset, I mostly ran Protect, Ironhead, Lash Out, and Rock Slide. This gave me 2 stab moves, a protecting move to kind of be able to stall out turns, or if there was something that was super effective against me, like most fighting type attacks really typically one-shot Tyranitar, and you want to avoid them the best you can. So I opted to have Protect there just in case. It made it a little bit difficult if I was facing an Urshifu, because as we might know, Urshifu's ability, it bypasses Protect. It's absolutely broken, but it doesn't bypass Dynamax and Max Guard. So it still had the option there to play around and just try to be as smart as I could. The EV spread for my Tyranitar was something a little bit different. So as I said, this was my first tournament. I'm still learning how to optimize my EVs and how to make my Pokemon the best that they possibly could. I know that I wanted to focus on survivability because I was primarily focused on activating weakness policy in order to make my Tyranitar as powerful as it could be. I didn't max out its attack. I put 124 attack EVs in there to really be able to, at +2, KO everything. Like right here I have some calcs. Let me scroll, zoom in a little bit, but Tyranitar at +2, down here +2, that doubles its attack. It was pretty much a one-shot on, oh no, that's defensively, I'm sorry, but it was pretty much a one-shot on almost everything. This is a 2-hit KO, did 80%, but that was without Dynamax. With Dynamax, I'm pretty sure I was one-shotting everything, especially, like I said, Glastrier, one of the tankiest Pokemon in the format right now. It was very helpful for me, and Tyranitar actually came up very clutch in many of my matches. I ran Ironhead over, typically you would see Superpower on a lot of Tyranitars in order to boost its attack higher. I wanted mine to survive. I didn't want to go down very easily. With fairies running around as well, honestly, I got a lot of mileage out of using Ironhead Max Steel Spike to extend my survivability and last as long as I could. One of my primary threats, I felt like, was both Kartana, which I faced, I think, in 2 rounds, and Tapu Fini, which I might have faced in all 3 rounds, which was very, very dangerous. That's why I invested so much bulk into special defense, which, if you don't know, Tyranitar also, and all rock types also get a special defense boost from from Sandstorm being up, and it really, really added to the survivability. Like, I was able to take super effective hits, activate my weakness policy, and then go sweeping on a rampage with Tyranitar. Um, Another very important piece to this, and adding to Tyranitar and Dracovich's the whole team's survivability, was Regieleki, which was again one of my most used Pokemon on this team. I ran Screens Alecki, Light Clay, extending my screens from 5 turns to 8 turns, and again double screens, Electro Web for speed priority, as well as Volt Switch. The EV spread on the Regieleki, I ran mostly bulk. I wanted to be able to survive almost everything for as long as it wasn't a critical hit. I was at least living 1 turn, able to get screens up, and then control either speed with Electro Web, or I could scout out with Volt Switch, and I could bring in something that would be a little bit more tanky to survive hits, or as well as to avoid them all completely. The next most important part of the team, I think, that I brought a lot, was Landorus. I ran Scarf Landorus because I really just wanted him to spam Intimidate. That was my main goal. Outside of Trick Room, being able to be the fastest thing on the speed with, again, the 50% boost to speed with Choice Scarf, and then use U-Turn, get him out of there, switch in a Pokemon that could maybe tank the hit, like, say I was facing an Ice-type move, and then I could bring in Tyranitar, who resists Ice, or I could bring in a Sacrificial Mon, like Regieleki, who's low on health, already did the screens, already got his job done. And honestly, it wasn't the best Pokemon. I think that Assault Vest is another thing that people are running a lot that might have gotten a little bit more mileage, but I love the Choice Scarf on it. I thought it was very, very powerful, especially when it came down to late game, and I managed to get him in, no longer using U-Turn, but be able to get quickly Rock Slides off, and really utilize that 30% flinch rate. I think it won me at least 2 games, solely based off the lucky fact that I managed to flinch my opponent, and then finish them off with either Dracovish, Fish's Wren, or a Tyranitar Rock Slide as well, doubling up for the power. So, finally, or not finally, but I also had Dustclops, which was my Trick Room answer. Dustclops, the moveset I ran on it was Bulldoze to self-activate my own weakness policy with Tyranitar. It was very helpful, especially if I got a Trick Room. That's why I ran no speed on the Tyranitar. It was able to help out Dracovish with speed, and then also be able to play in case the situations were flipped. And it honestly worked out a lot better than I thought. Yeah, Bulldoze, Nightshade for the damage, Pain Split for the survivability, and Trick Room in order to either set it for myself and be able to sweep a faster opponent that I didn't think I'd be able to counter. Like, for example, in the second round, I believe I faced off against a Kartana Zapdos lead, which was really powerful. It gave me a lot of trouble in the first game, and I had to come back and really utilize weakness policy Tyranitar, and ended up losing the first game but still winning the set because of how powerful Dustclops was in the Trick Room, being able to get max Rock Falls off to damage the Zapdos, and surviving their Kartana's attacks. Like, Screens Alecki, again, is a huge thing. Screens plus Dustclops natural survivability was really, really helpful for me. It was a big nuisance for my opponent, and it ended up really winning me games. So I enjoyed it a lot. Trying to think, the last thing on the team really was Willowboom, which I kind of just threw on here as a go-to. You know what I mean? Like, playing since Series 5, where Willowboom first got access to Grassy Surge, it's been an incredibly powerful Pokemon. Like, the Grassy Surge plus Grassy Glide is just insane. Getting a priority move that hits super effective, especially knowing that Tapu Fini being the most common Pokemon that I've seen in all of my games. Having a priority move to be able to shut Fini down was huge. I only ran Miracle Seed because I did want to get the utility out of both Fake Out and just using other, like I said, other attacks. I already used the Choice Band over on Willowboom, or on Dracovish, and I didn't think Assault Vest was totally necessary. I would rather opted for the boost in power, because as you can see for the rest of my team, Tapu Fini literally beats 3 of my Pokemon, so having a counter for that was huge, and I didn't lose to a single Fini that I ended up facing in the tournament. So I know the team wasn't perfect. This is kind of a short video, but I had a lot of fun, and I've now entered a new tournament for New Year's. There's a lot of people in it. I think over 100 now. I'm really looking forward to it. I think for this next one, I'll try to record my matches and see the progress, see where I can go. Obviously, going from quarterfinals to anything below would be a step down. But if I can feel more confident about my team and the opponents that I face, it'll be a growing step for me. So thank you for watching. If you like the content, I know I was kind of all over the place, but but if you like the content, please subscribe and look forward to new videos. I want to try to post more consistently. But yeah, till next time. Bye.